On this episode, Pruning season and Confronting Orthodox. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to What You Talking About, Willis. I'm your host, Via. You can call me V. And it's Safe Space Sunday. Let's talk about it. This is a place, a safe space for us to have enlightening conversation about ascension, high vibration, enlightenment. These are stimulating conversations. I am not concerned with what you term your higher power to be. It could be Gaia, it could be Allah, it could be Abba, Yahweh, universe, source, as long as we have a higher power. And I am a board certified Christian counselor, spiritual counselor. I have been since 2017. But this is really about us understanding ourselves and our higher power. I do hope that we find this space to be engaging. If you have any questions, any concerns, just drop them in the comments. Please like, subscribe. Thank you for participating. I will start with pruning. It came through in my meditation. What I actually saw was flowers being pruned, and what happened subsequent to that was an overflow, an overgrow. They bloomed everywhere. It started in one small vase, and then it was a whole room full of beautiful flowers. I do have very vivid third eye visions when I meditate, and to me, I thought that it was really a great opportunity to drop the video I did. I did it a while ago. I apologize for quality on pruning. So let's watch it.
Talk about something a little unusual. I was in my patio this morning watering my plants, and I saw this guy. That's my cherry tomato plant. Right. And I saw it started to bloom, a small cherry tomato, which I wasn't expecting because it's fall. It did produce a lot is drastic, but it produced some tomatoes in the spring and the summer. I wasn't quite expecting it to start blooming again in September. So at which point I was encouraged to water it profusely because tomatoes are really abundant when you water the plant. And I was also encouraged to prune the plant, which means, for those who don't know, pruning the plant is cutting off the dead leaves, dead stems, anything that is going to stop the living piece of the plant from thriving. You cut it off. In pruning this plant, I saw the one cherry tomato, which is probably the oldest because it's the biggest. And I also saw 4 other tomatoes. 2 which are little, they just budded, and 2 that are still really, really small and almost unnoticeable. In life, God, universe, source, your higher power is going to start to cut away things from your environment. It could be people, it could be opportunities, it could be income, it could be any multitude of things. And it hurts. It doesn't feel good. What I realized in that moment, that I was pruning this plant and then found 4 additional cherry tomatoes blooming on this plant, was without the pruning, you will never really see what's blooming. And so I'm sending this out as a message today to those who feel like you're having a lot of things that are being taken away. Don't let the current circumstance fool you, because there's probably things that are growing inside of you that you just don't know what to do with yet. Let God work through you.
So, with that being said, I do hope that if there's something in your life that feels like it's being taken away, you take it as a blessing in disguise. I understand how it feels. I have felt like I'm going through the same thing with the loss of something that is very dear to me and has been for 15 years. So I hope this message finds who it needs to find, and I hope that on the other side of this, you understand that we are here. By we, I mean your higher power, me. We're here. We're here to support you. Next, let's talk Orthodox. And this is a segment where I will confront traditional Orthodox views and maybe give you a different perspective. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying this is what the text actually says. I was brought to Ezra 2, and in Ezra 2, I did come across the Urim and Thummim, and this is something that I think that will start probably a series or a couple videos that I'll do on questioning Orthodox, because to be fair, the Urim and Thummim are described in ancient Jewish history. The Urim and Thummim are priestly devices for obtaining oracles. On the high priest's ephod, which I will talk about shortly, by means of the Urim and Thummim, the priest inquired of Yahweh on behalf of the ruler, only the king, the high court, or someone serving the need of the community. They were one of the three legitimate means of obtaining oracles in early Israel. Again, the other two being dreams and prophets. Prophets would inquire of the Lord and hear directly from God. Dream interpretation, as we know in a lot of spiritual texts, is actually confirmed, like Joseph, who could decipher dreams, and others. And we see mention of the Urim and Thummim in multiple places. 2 Samuel, Ezra 2, Exodus. It comes up multiple times, and again, it is used as a means of discerning God's will by the high priest for people who serve the community. I am saying this to explain that a lot of New Age teaching, a lot of Orthodox views on New Age is that these things are bad. Oracle cards are bad, don't touch them. Tarot cards are bad, don't touch them. Crystals and stones are bad, don't touch them. Frankincense and incense are bad. Sage is voodoo, and I am not here to tell you that you should or should not. I do have my incense burning in the back. I don't have an issue with incense. I will say, like I said, I've been board certified as a Christian counselor and spiritual leader since 2017. Let me also add the ephod, which is the priestly apron that high priest wore during this time, was ornate with precious stones, crystals, beryl, chrysolite, emerald, carnelian, lapis lazuli, turquoise, topaz, onyx, jasper. This garment was full of crystals. It had precious stones. This is how it was decorated. These things are not inherently bad, and a lot of Orthodox teaching will have us think that we just need to run away from it, and I am here to kind of share a different perspective in that putting these things over your higher power is problematic. More than problematic, it's not advised. However, God has put all things on this earth, and we understand this. Your higher power universe is consisting of all things. And in understanding why, in certain circumstances, certain people can use certain tools, such as oracle tools, to discern God's will, we become a little more understanding of why people in our community can do certain things and behave a certain way. And I just want to share some perspective. Let me know what you think. Shed some light on what the actual text says. This is Jewish text, this is Christian text. I will do a little more digging in Muslim and other religions. However, understanding that I know that this is not inherently bad, as some people would want you to believe. And some people actually try to demonize you for enjoying pretty crystals or liking a video where they're playing with oracle cards or reading oracle cards. And I'm here to tell you that your higher power, your source, what you know to be true, wouldn't necessarily agree. Should everybody be playing with tarot cards and oracle cards? No. Discern with your spirit who is good, who is bad, who is right for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Always remember, I love you. And until next time. Bye.